Hi, people. It's Marcavius of Capital Books, and I'm currently sounding like a fucking idiot, man. You hear me trying to be nice to damn food, but I got good news for you. You hear me? Got good news for you. Walk with me, talk with me, man. You hear me? As all of a sudden, the senators from Texas, just like Ted Cruz and the rest of them, want to use conversations about things like this. So, I thought today being a Shabbat, on the day where most people study the Kabbalah, I was thinking of a way on how I could talk about um all the things that's going on when it comes to treaties of different nations and things of this sort. So I'm gonna let you know what I'm seeing right now, right? You hear me? I see Jack Lew, Treasury Secretary. Now, the Treaty of Kadush and also the improvement on it has already been written. Because it's a couple things that I could say dealing with world wars and the order of Melchizedek and what that actual Treaty of Kadush looks like. So where is the actual Treaty of Kadush in Scripture? Whether this is Pugni, the Dead Sea Scroll. Because keep in mind, under Article 4 and Article 6, no religious test is actually required. But what the fuck, you hear me, that's the treaty look like. In the Foreign Affairs Manual, they call it the H letter. You put it in through a pass plan. Only a crazy motherfucker can write it. That's how crazy this shit is, you hear me? But what else? So if you go to the book of Maccabees, 10:25, when you was dealing with Alexander Epiphany, I think I had the Epiphany. I just might go to Tiffany. You understand? Right? So it says, King Demetrius, to the nation of the Jews, greetings. We are delighted to learn that you have kept your obligations under our treaty, remain loyal to us, and have not gone over to the side of our enemies. Now, if you continue to remain loyal to us, we will reward you well. We will grant you exemptions from many taxes and allow you other privileges. I hereby grant all the Jewish people release and exemption from payment of regular taxes, salt taxes, and other special taxes. Furthermore, from this day, I release you from your obligation to pay me 1/3 of the grain harvest and 1/2 of the fruit harvest. From now on, I will not demand these payments from Judea or from the 3 districts that have been added to Judea from Samaria, Shanunak and Galilee, Jerusalem and its surrounding territory is to be recognized as a holy city and to be exempt from payment of all taxes. I also give up my authority over the fort in Jerusalem and place it under the high priest, who may station there anyone he wishes to guard it. I freely grant release to all Jews who are prisoners of war anywhere in my kingdom. All of them will be exempt from taxes, even on their cattle. No taxes shall be collected from any Jew anywhere in my kingdom on Sabbaths. Today's new moon festivals, which are witchcraft and other holy days. Furthermore, no taxes shall be collected 3 days before or after the major holy days. No one has the right on any of these days to demand payment or to trouble you in any way. Jews may be enlisted in the royal army up to a total of 30,000 men, and they receive the same pay as other royal troops. Some of them may be stationed in the gray royal fortresses, and others assigned to responsible positions in the government. They shall have Jews as their leaders and officers, and they shall be allowed to follow their own laws and customs, just as the king has permitted for the people of Judea. The 3 dishes added to Judea from the territory of Samaria will be completely incorporated into Judea and placed under the authority of the high priest alone. Keep in mind, they're on TV. They're not even actually talk. Oh, Jack Lew is gonna be the new chief of men. This bitch ass nigga don't even know what the fuck a treaty sound like. Don't even, because if you work at the United Nations, it's based off the fucking ancient treaties itself. And anybody who say no, don't, that's not the truth. You hear me? Kill yourself. in my 3 6 Mafia voice.
Mutual respect and hopefully more than respect if we can get to it.
Because I'm not have time to play with these people. Let's continue to read this shit, though. You understand what I'm saying here? Because we're getting rid of damn fools who are keeping up all of this foolishness when it comes to how to properly take care of some goddamn business. You hear me, right? You hear me? So, to the high priest alone.
And I'm pleased that even this morning.
So I want you to tune in and listen to the same.
Thank you. If confirmed, can you commit to working to address both the urgent and underlying humanitarian needs in Gaza, including establishing secure humanitarian corridors, access for key medical workers like the Red Cross, and access to food, water, and sanitation for the people in Gaza?
I think we must continue to do that, and if confirmed, that will be part of my mission, and it will have to be done in a way that respects the security of Israel, and the two do not have to be inconsistent.
Thank you. I yield back, Mr. Chairman.
Sound like a bunch of bullshit, don't it? I smell bullshit.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Secretary Lew, for your willingness to come back in and serve the government, particularly at this difficult time.
My job.
I know that your nomination accrued
He won't.
for this war
Don't know shit.
in Israel.
Not a bitch ass thing.
In the Middle East. And
so as my trick dad to say, okay, what's up? Shut up. Now, back to talking to the people. Now, I give it to the temple in Jerusalem for its operating expenses, the revenue from the city of Ptolemy, and the lands belonging to it. I also promise to make an annual gift of 15,000 silver coins from appropriation accounts within the royal treasury, which is their man. The total accumulated state subsidy, not parent company, which I failed to pay in recent years, shall be paid, and the payments continue from now on for the work of the temple. In addition to this, we will no longer require the 5,000 silver coins annually from the temple income. This money belongs to the priests serving in the temples. Whoever owes a debt to the king or any other debt and takes refuge in the temple of Jerusalem or in the area that belongs to it may not be arrested, nor may his property anywhere in my kingdom be confiscated. The expenses for rebuilding and renovating the temple shall be provided from the royal treasury. Likewise, the expenses for rebuilding the walls of Jerusalem and surrounding fortifications, as well as walls of designated town of Judea, shall be provided from the royal treasury. And they accepted it. Right? But now, all of this is going on. Keep in mind, you heard me. This is what my appeal is about. Jack Lew doesn't write the treaty, Chip still does. That's why, you hear me, they have lied, and they're trying to wait 7 months, you hear me, before you hear my actual true release date, you hear me, out this regular motherfucker, you hear me, but what has happened, everything they've tried has actually backfired on them. Every charge weed charge, now I made it legal. What else charge they hit me with? Oh, he's messing with the women, you hear me? Now I got all type of motherfuckers, you hear me? Nick, like just dominating your sports arena, you hear me? With your prissy ass, bitch, you hear me? Oh, he stole something from us. Then they found out, you hear me, it was my shit anyway, so we had to change the law again in 2021. Now I got to get it straight from the warehouse, but now you got everybody robbing you. Bitch talking about, you hear me? She don't fuck with me. Now they got you on camera having sex with midgets and trainers and shit, but we gonna get into this shit, you hear me? Because I want to show you the crossfire that I put the Democrats and the Republicans in. The Democrats were castrating children, but you can't go to Israel, you hear me, and fight in the war, because now all the trainers have to fight in the war. Who were told against the church. Remember, I recruited all the people in the army, you hear me? I'm the one that actually won this shit, you hear me, right? You hear me? A long time ago. Moral of the story is this here. So, the Republicans say they were against the porn in the weed industry, which is in fact what capitalism is. So they both canceled each other out. Now, the Green Party, Green Bridge Partnership Program, which I didn't really speak about too much, you hear me, right? Because I actually put the programs together myself. Keep in mind, weed was not legalized for you, I legalized it for me. The programs were not put together for you, I put it together for me. You hear me, right? Because at some point, you hear me, I was going to exonerate my whole name. But just kept trumping up more and more charges on me. I felt like Joseph in the Bible. Majority of you niggas are informers, you hear me? This is true. Remember, Ruben told, man, that was a bad idea, you hear me? Y'all hating on that nigga like that. Y'all really don't know him like that. He gonna get you for that, you hear me? At some point, you hear me? And it happened to you, you hear me? But see, the 30 at Jesus' ministry, or the 30 for King David, or the 30 for Joseph. You hear me? I lost 30 mil, so I spent another 30. Because unlike him, 30 million can't hurt me. Right? 30 for 30 for 30 for 30. You hear me? With your Stephon Curry looking at it. You hear me? Ryan, you hear me? So why is this important? You hear me? Because now we're going to go to another part of the Maccabees, which is chapter 13, verse 25. Because where did they say the Jews were actually living? And remember, yeah, so bring up as many charges as you like to. You hear me? It's not going to help you. You actually only, like Ice-T did on Surviving in the Game, killed yourself. That's all you did. Killed yourself. Not my fault. That's you being stupid. So in the book of Maccabees 13:25, is it what chapter that is? Yeah, chapter 13, verse 25. Because you can listen to this stupid motherfucker on TV talking. Why you think they don't like me in there? Because, nigga, I'm like the Grinch. Not only, nigga, is my shit. I look good, nigga, when I pop my shit about, nigga, how boss I am in this shit. Nigga, I went to a Hebrew law school. I didn't graduate international business, you hear me? But I have a certificate in foreign affairs, you hear me? All over the world, nigga, who won? Stupid. Just check my court cases. Do you really look at my Instagram post? So it says Simon had the body of his brother Jonathan brought to Modian to be buried in the town of their ancestors. Everyone in Israel was in deep sorrow at the loss of Jonathan, and they mourned for him a long time. Over the tomb of his father and his brothers, Simon built a high monument that could be seen from a great distance. It was covered front and back with polished stone. He constructed 7 pyramids side by side for his father, his mother, and his 4 brothers. For the pyramids, he created a setting of tall columns on which there were carvings. Some of these carvings were of suits of armor and some were of ships. It was a moment to their victories which travelers from overseas could visit. The